While reviewing trail camera footage from a secluded forest in North Carolina, a hiker noticed one particular image that caught their attention. The photo seemed to show a figure concealed behind a tree, an ape-like being with fur that matched descriptions of Bigfoot. However, one aspect raised doubts. If the footage was truly captured by a trail camera, why was it positioned only a few feet away and aimed directly at another tree? These peculiar details have prompted many to doubt the image's authenticity. A group of hunters awoke to a deeply unsettling sight during the night. Their tent was infested with swarms of creepy daddy-long-legs or huntsman spiders. Alarmed and anxious, they hurriedly escaped, feeling shaken and considering giving up. Before departing, they took a photo to post on Reddit, then swiftly packed their belongings and returned to the safety of their home. A hunter spent a week at a secluded cabin deep in the forest, eager to enjoy the tranquility of nature and spend his days tracking game. However, one fateful night, he encountered something that shattered the calm.
Okay, that's terrifying. What? Oh shit, it's moving. What the fuck is that?
As he sat outside, listening to the sounds of the night, he noticed a flickering light in the distance. It appeared as if someone was wandering through the woods carrying a torch. Just when he thought it couldn't get any stranger, another light emerged, creating the illusion of two glowing eyes watching him from the shadows. In addition to the unsettling lights, the hunter began to hear eerie sounds surrounding him, whispers that echoed through the trees. Unlike any animal calls he was familiar with, those were definitely not the sounds a deer would make. The peaceful hunting trip had taken a haunting turn, leaving the hunter on edge in the depth of the forest. A hiker returned to a historic haunted cave, steeped in chilling legends. Locals shared tales of protective crosses and playful spirits known as Tommyknocker, said to be linked to mysterious mining accidents. As he explored the cave alone, the hiker quickly sensed a strange change in the atmosphere, and then something unexpected occurred.
In the darkness. What the f was that? What? Bro. Oh my god, I'm using a gimbal right now. I just went crazy. Come on. Come on. There's something over there. There's something over there. There's something straight ahead. I don't know what the hell it is. Oh my gosh, what's going on? My gimbal, stop. What's going on? Oh, my gimbal's going crazy. Stop. Stop moving around. Bro, this thing is like possessed. Stay straight, stay straight. I saw something right over there.
Later, while analyzing his footage, he spotted what seemed to be a face lurking in the shadows. Despite feeling scared and uneasy, the hiker couldn't shake his intrigue about the encounter and promised himself to come back, this time with companions. YouTubers from KBC Ghost Hunter were exploring a location famous for UFO sightings when they encountered an unusual noise that instantly drew their attention.
Não, não é bicho não. Nunca vi bicho não.
As they pressed on with their investigation, they started to feel that someone might be close by, and suddenly they caught sight of something.
Olha lá, velho. Mano, tem alguma coisa ali. Irmão, tô vendo, tô vendo. Não, pera aí, mano. Ela tá focando. Alô? Pedro, Pedro, Pedro. Alô? João, João, é um olho, João. Pedro comigo, Pedro comigo. Correndo, João. João. Pedro, olha ali pra baixo, Pedro. Cadê?
Panic set in as they combed the area but found nothing. Just when they were about to leave, another unsettling sound resonated in the distance. The entire experience left them with more questions than answers. This moment was recorded in the mountains of China. Where a cleaning lady is nonchalantly sweeping a steep incline, even losing her balance at one point. At first, it seems like she is working on the brink of a dangerous cliff. However, A closer inspection of the falling leaves suggests it might be a clever camera illusion, making the slope appear more hazardous than it truly is. Nevertheless, one question lingers. Why would someone be sweeping leaves off a mountain? A fisherman was out on the water when he was startled by an unusual sight.
Yo, I'm in Oyster Bay, right? So I'm going all the way in, and I see a fucking head. And I'm like, what the?
Feeling uneasy, he decided to take a closer look and noticed something floating that looked like a human head.
And I think it's just a fucking sweatshirt. I don't see no fucking head, but it's filled up. I'm afraid to pluck that shit out of the water, bro. And I'm looking down, and the sad thing is it's not moving. That's what's got me worried, like some fucking body's in there and it's tied to the bottom of the water. Look at that shit.
Upon investigation, the object turned out to be a hoodie that was upright and partially submerged, giving it an eerily lifelike appearance. Suspecting something troubling, he contacted authorities, and an investigation was initiated to determine if it was a body or merely clothing. Some have speculated that it might have been a balloon inside the hoodie, set up as a cruel prank, but no updates have been provided yet, leaving everyone in suspense about the reality behind this disturbing discovery. A man was fishing at a lake in Illinois when he noticed something that looked like a human hand floating on the water's surface. Concerned and wanting to prove he wasn't imagining it, he quickly recorded a video. The hand seemed too lifelike to dismiss. Later, away from the camera, he retrieved the object from the water and found that it was actually a fake hand, likely a part of a Halloween costume. On May 9th, 2015, Ed and his friend Corey, along with a few others, went fishing on Lake Erie. What began as a tranquil day took a perilous turn when a nearby lightning bolt struck, sending a strong shockwave through the air. Although the lightning didn't hit Ed directly, he recalled the experience as feeling as though he had nearly been struck. Had the bolt made contact, the consequences could have been deadly. Thankfully, Ed and his companions left the lake without any injuries. A group of hikers was taking a lunch break in the woods when an unexpected visitor arrived.
Не надо.
A large brown bear emerged above them, and one of the hikers captured the intense encounter on video. The bear rested its head on one of the hikers, who stayed calm throughout the tense moment. Eventually, the bear wandered off, and the hiker's ability to remain composed in such a frightening situation probably ensured their safety. A couple was trekking through the woods when they began to hear unusual sounds. As they started recording, they noticed something disturbing. A hairy creature was observing them, standing motionless, feeling uneasy and uncertain about what was following them or if it was a threat. They cautiously made their way out. They exited the woods feeling both bewildered and scared. In early April 2024, a TikTok user named Scared Bucks ventured into a cave on a warm, sunny day. This cave is well known for the peculiar sounds that occasionally echo from its depths. Curious about the noises, he chose to explore them personally.
Ah, c'è qualcuno? Ehi! Allora, è veramente impressionante. E poi è scavata come una bara. Ed è scavata dall'uomo, vedete? A picconate proprio. È strettissima. È molto bassa, molto piccola. E ci sono queste nicchie che non so che cosa sono. Avete sentito? È angustissima. Angustissima. Io mi fermerò a un certo punto perché Merda. No. Aiuto.
Once inside, he encountered a haunting whistling sound. However, despite the unsettling ambiance, he came out of the cave unharmed. On April 3rd, 2024, a Reddit user chose to go mountain hiking close to Hualien City, Taiwan, without knowing what was about to unfold. At 7:58 a.m. NST, a powerful earthquake measuring 7.4 on the Richter scale hit near Hualien City, resulting in at least 19 fatalities and injuring more than 1,100 people. This marked the most intense earthquake to strike Taiwan since the 1999 Gigi earthquake. Fortunately, the hiker had not yet started their ascent and was able to escape without any injuries. The YouTube channel, The Proper People Vlogs, ventured into an abandoned power plant deep within the forest. Everything seemed fine until they found themselves in a precarious situation.
Oh, he's right there.
Do you see him?
Yeah, on the wall right there.
There's a person?
There's a person.
Should we talk to them? Should we talk? Did they see you? They see us. They're shouting something.
He's showing us something?
Should you talk to him right now before he calls the cops or something?
In the video, the group appeared anxious as someone approached them. Rather than fleeing, they opted to let their translator handle the encounter. It turned out to be a security guard, and he was clearly displeased to find them there.
Oh, they're
security.
Shit.
What do we do?
They saw you.
We're here.
We just wanted to see the train.
Yeah.
We're train enthusiasts.
These guys look serious. Are you still filming?
Yeah.
Still filming? This does not seem good.
No, this is worse than any other situation.
That says police. We went out in the open just a little bit, and then they came around the corner.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
And they're looking right at us. This place was supposed to be like an easy place. We go?
Even without understanding the language, the tension was evident. The translator quickly urged them to leave, aware that local authorities wouldn't be lenient with tourists caught trespassing. They departed as swiftly as possible, taking the experience as an important lesson for the remainder of their trip. While enjoying a campfire, a user took some photos and later noticed something unusual. An unexplainable shape appeared in one of the images, which didn't align with the shadows of any known objects on their property. The land is situated on old mining grounds from the gold rush era, adding to the intrigue. User J. Sarut and others have reported seeing a shadowy figure, often described as a man in a hat. This has sparked discussions about whether the phenomenon is paranormal or merely an optical illusion. Given the area's historical background, the sightings feel even more unsettling. As a Reddit user strolled through a field, they came across something quite extraordinary. A tree ablaze from within. This phenomenon is typically the result of a lightning strike, which generates intense heat that causes the sap and moisture in the tree to vaporize quickly. The rapid expansion creates significant internal pressure, leading to a fire igniting inside the tree. Such fires can smolder unnoticed for an extended period before becoming visible. Luckily, this particular fire was detected before it had the chance to grow more severe. On November 22nd, 2023, LS from the YouTube channel Trip Sense went camping with two friends in a secluded area of Udand, India. They spent their evening by the campfire, enjoying music and laughter, completely oblivious to the frightening events that were about to unfold. As they settled into their tent for the night, the atmosphere took a terrifying turn.
पास ही है ना वो? बाहर जाके नहीं दिखेगा। अबे नहीं दिखेगा। ये सो गया। ऐसे आवाज़ नहीं आएगी।
A loud growl pierced the stillness, resembling that of a leopard nearby their campsite.
अब नहीं आ रही ना? थोड़ा देर से बंद है। भाई रात के 1:30 बज रहा है।
Paralyzed by fear, they listened intently, unsure of their next move. Eventually, the growling ceased, and they cautiously peeked outside. Although they didn't spot anything, the encounter left them rattled. Thankfully, they managed to get through the night without incident. In 2008, a family recorded a Saturday morning writing lesson at a school in Kent. During the session, Janet and her daughter were writing, while Janet's husband filmed. Upon reviewing the footage later, they noticed something unusual. A figure standing just a few meters away from Janet as she wrote. At the time, Janet didn't see anyone nearby, making it unlikely for her to have missed someone so close. The figure reappears later in the footage, this time facing away. Many viewers believe the video is genuine, commenting on how lifelike and eerie the figure appears. To this day, the mystery of what was captured remains unresolved. A homeowner residing deep in the woods recorded something unusual on their security camera one night. A person was spotted entering the property in a peculiar way, and although they may have been under the influence or in an altered state of mind, that doesn't clarify their presence. Whatever the reason, the individual's choice to scale the fence left the homeowner feeling wary and questioning their intentions. Reddit user CNO or Badger posted a photo from a hunting trip in the mid-2000s at a friend's cabin. In the picture, he is wearing his father's army uniform, but something unsettling can be seen in the background. A white figure that looks like a woman, possibly pregnant or holding a baby, is visible in the distance. The user notes that there were no statues or decorations in the area, and even provided another photo taken just moments earlier that shows no such figure. Could this be evidence of a ghostly apparition? This image was posted by a Reddit user on the r/paranormal subreddit, showcasing something unsettling that his friend's trail camera captured in 2022. At 9:04 p.m., a humanoid figure can be seen walking past the camera. The situation becomes even more concerning due to the camera's placement in a secluded area. Some Reddit users suspect that the figure might be a distressed human female, while others theorize it could be a homeless person or someone in a vulnerable state, possibly due to addiction or abuse. Several comments express worries about the possibility of the individual being an attack victim, highlighting visible injuries on the legs and upper body. The presence of a stick, the absence of shoes, and the noticeable dirt and blood on the person's body further complicate the mystery. What could the real story behind this figure be? A man was working in Churchill when he noticed a polar bear lounging beneath his vehicle. While polar bears are typically recognized for their fierce nature, this particular one seemed unusually playful. Despite its relaxed demeanor, polar bears are some of the most powerful predators in the wild. Unlike other hunters that depend on stealth, polar bears confront their prey directly and can easily overpower them with their immense strength. Thankfully, this encounter concluded without any harm. Reddit user Island Short5920 set up a trail camera, and last month it caught a peculiar image featuring two figures on a dirt road at night. Some users suggested that the figure on the left looked like a deer standing on its hind legs, but the identity of the figure on the right remains unclear. The poster clarified that there is no video footage available, and that the location is a remote area with no nearby homes or lights, leaving the true identities of the figures a mystery. During their time at a hunting cabin in the woods, this family recorded something unusual on their CCTV. A mysterious form appears to float through the air, and the way it glided and caused the hammock to sway raises the question, could it be something beyond mere mist? While enjoying a smoke on top of a hill near their camp, a group of hunters took photos of the full moon. The next day, as they reviewed the images, they stumbled upon something unsettling, a large humanoid figure captured on multiple devices. The figure appeared unnaturally large and seemed not to be of human origin, leaving them feeling shaken. Strangely, this wasn't their first eerie encounter. Just a year earlier, they had heard blood-curdling screams and witnessed a tall, white figure vanish behind the hill. Others had also reported hearing screams from the same area over the years, raising questions about whether it's connected to local folklore or something truly paranormal. So what did they really capture that night? This man was hunting in a secluded forest when he heard unusual sounds in the distance and chose to explore. Suddenly, he caught sight of something disturbing, a figure draped in a ghostly white shroud with long black hair. Was it merely a person or something much more sinister? If it was a person, why would she be wandering through the woods at such a late hour dressed like that? As this Reddit user was browsing through his photos, he stumbled upon something quite unsettling. What looked like a creepy, possibly severed foot in his old yard. The internet has been buzzing with theories, with some suggesting it might be a leprechaun, a drug addict, or even a statue. Sadly, the true source of the mysterious foot is still a mystery. While out for a hunting, this individual took a photo of something unusual in the distance, a mysterious figure partially hidden by tall grass. She observed that whatever it was had been standing there before their eyes met, only to crouch down in the image. Her initial impression suggested the figure was small, possibly around 12 inches tall, leading to amusing theories ranging from a person in a black hoodie to an animal. While skeptics dismissed it as a hoax or a case of misidentification, others speculated it might be a cryptid. So what exactly was captured in this eerie photo? On December 28th, 2024, Scott Ritter was in Ocean City, Maryland.
I'm working this job.
When he observed a semicircle of blinking lights in the sky. He managed to capture this unusual phenomenon on video, showing the lights flashing and strobing through the clouds for a few seconds before they vanished. Some viewers speculated that it might be an alien mothership camouflaging itself against the sky, its lights briefly hinting at its presence. The following night, Scott returned to the same location and saw the lights once more, this time blinking in different patterns. The bizarre footage continues to be a mystery. The photo was captured by a user known as Moonface outside a friend's residence. It depicts a ghostly figure perched on a fence gazing into the distance. At the time, no one noticed the peculiar figure, but after a night of drinks, they later spotted the shadow. Some believe it to be the spirit of someone who passed away in that spot, while skeptics argue it's merely an optical illusion created by the shadows of nearby items, such as a parking meter and a utility pole. Could it simply be a coincidence? A man was on a hunting trip in Hobia, Oklahoma, when he noticed a strange figure among the trees. It was tall and dark, resembling a chimpanzee, although such creatures are not native to Oklahoma. Its size and stance hinted that it could be something different, potentially a Sasquatch. The figure's movements and silhouette did not align with any known animal, which sparked speculation about its unexplained nature. Unfortunately, the figure was never fully visible, making it impossible to ascertain what it really was. In the early morning, a hunter immediately before setting off on his journey encountered something frightening. The unsettling noise recorded in Lansing, Iowa, close to the Mississippi River, prompted many to wonder if it was the scream of a bobcat. The sound was so disturbing that some likened it to a human scream, highlighting how easily natural animal sounds can be misinterpreted as something mysterious. While hunting in a Canadian forest, this individual faced a terrifying encounter. A black bear suddenly charged at him, and armed with only a bow. He attempted to scare it off by shouting, but his efforts were unsuccessful. Fortunately, the bear eventually retreated, leaving him unharmed. It was a close call, and the outcome could have been far more dire. While hunting in the forest, this individual heard strange noises and began recording. Suddenly, a humanoid figure darted across the road at an incredible speed before vanishing into the woods. The swift, unexplained movement sparked intense debate among viewers. Some speculated it might be a cryptid, while others dismissed it as an animal or a well-executed prank. Reddit user Cake, the Legend 69, had an unsettling experience while exploring a wooded area for hunting. While taking photos, she captured an eerie figure standing in the distance. She clarified that everyone in her group was behind her, focused on other areas, ruling them out as the source. Later, they discovered the location was once an abandoned logging town that mysteriously disappeared, leaving behind 13 old graves with weathered headstones. This revelation left many wondering whether the figure hinted at something paranormal, or if there might be a more logical explanation. While staying in her cabin in the woods, a woman heard strange noises outside her bedroom window. Concerned, she set up a security camera to investigate. What she captured was chilling: a man peering into her window. When he noticed the camera, he fled, only to return later to steal the device. Whether the stalker was ever caught remains unknown. While hunting in the woods at night, a hunter came across a massive spider dragging a mouse across the forest floor. Unsure if the spider posed a threat, he decided to keep his distance. Carefully, he filmed the unsettling scene while remaining vigilant of his surroundings for the rest of his hunt. A Reddit user from Switzerland shared a chilling experience during a nighttime walk in the forest. Eerie, childlike screams echoed through the trees, creating an unsettling atmosphere. The uploader dismissed foxes, a common explanation for such sounds, insisting there were none in the area. If it wasn't foxes, what could have been the source of those haunting cries? While observing wildlife in a Canadian forest, a man noticed something unusual. Instead of spotting animals, he saw a strange humanoid figure crouched among the trees. The figure appeared to be waiting for something, possibly preparing for an ambush. At one point, it seemed to signal to someone, or something, suggesting it wasn't alone. During the recording, a cyclist passed by, and when the camera panned back, the creature had vanished. The man saw nothing else unusual that day. Two friends were fishing when they heard a nearby gunshot from a hunter. Initially dismissing it, they continued their activity, until disaster nearly struck.
Holy shit! Stop shooting! Hey! Hey! You shot my boat! It hit my boat!
A bullet ricocheted off their boat deck, narrowly missing one of their feet. Reviewing the footage frame by frame revealed just how close the shot came. Had their boat drifted slightly further, it could have been a direct hit. A Reddit user shared a chilling trail camera photo capturing two human-like figures eerily floating above the ground. Locals refer to these apparitions as the Tree People, believed to be ghosts haunting the forest. The area is notorious for paranormal encounters, adding to the air of mystery surrounding the unsettling image. During a hunting trip to celebrate a birthday, this individual had a chilling encounter in the forest. A shadowy figure appeared on the opposite side of the road, standing completely still and staring directly at them. Despite extensive online research, they couldn't find any accounts resembling the eerie figure, which they and their girlfriend nicknamed the Ghoul. To this day, the identity or nature of what they encountered remains a mystery. A Redditor shared a harrowing experience involving their fearless tour guide during a demonstration.
Process, but if they bring 100% back out here, they only bring 20% back. So the 80% was going on boots, shoes, purses, wallets, watch bands, meats at restaurants, things of that nature. I'll drop your GoPro, babe.
As the guide leaned toward the water, an alligator suddenly lunged, snapping its jaws around his hand. Astonishingly, the guide calmly pulled away without showing any signs of panic or injury. Typically, an alligator bite is followed by a deadly death roll, but something seemed to disrupt the attack. Whether it was sheer luck or the guide's remarkable expertise, his composure in such a dangerous moment was truly extraordinary. Ocelot Revolver 89, a 34-year-old veteran and hunter, recounted a chilling experience while scouting a hunting spot in Kentucky. While setting up a trail camera to monitor a prime location, he initially captured several photos of a large buck roaming the area. However, the wildlife activity suddenly ceased without explanation. Upon checking the camera, he found it was still functioning, and had even taken a photo of him working near the site. Intrigued, he reviewed the last image of the buck, and what he saw next left him deeply unsettled. Standing in the shadows of the forest was a pale, ghostly figure, its shape eerily human, yet undeniably otherworldly. The disturbing sight was enough to make him abandon the area entirely. While reviewing footage from his trail camera, a hunter captured a truly unsettling image. It depicted a creature with eyes resembling those of a cougar, but a disturbingly human-like face. Some speculated it could be a cryptid, while others suggested it might simply be a person whose appearance was distorted by lighting or perspective. A boat crew in Wisconsin experienced a mysterious encounter with a glowing green blob in the sea.
Yes. Nope. No.
We're chasing a green blob.
Yeah, we're chasing a green blob. We're chasing a green blob right now. Yeah, we're okay. You guys want to see this thing? You want to see this thing?
The luminous object moved steadily across the pitch-black water, prompting the crew to chase it while reporting the sighting to others. Speculation about its nature ranged from a submarine to something extraterrestrial. After spending a day in the forest, a man decided to wash his car, only to discover something terrifying inside. A snake had slipped into the vehicle through an opening. Its textured skin blended seamlessly with the interior, and he realized he had likely been driving with the dangerous animal for some time. The thought of what could have happened sent chills down his spine. A hunter captured a terrifying video of a swirling tower of fire rising high into the sky, moving like a regular tornado. Unlike typical tornadoes, this fire-nado combined wind, smoke, heat, and flames, leaving destruction in its wake. These phenomena occur when a wildfire or intense firestorm generates its own wind, creating a vortex of fire. The hunter described feeling as if he was witnessing an apocalypse and feared for his life. Fortunately, the fire-nado changed direction, allowing him to escape safely. A camper experienced a terrifying wake-up call when he opened his tent to find a bear casually sniffing around. The bear seemed unaware it was being filmed, but the video ends abruptly, leaving viewers to wonder how the camper handled the situation. What would you have done in his place? In Romania, a group of friends driving through a forest encountered a bear. One person decided to toss food to the animal, which initially seemed harmless as the bear calmly ate.
No. Huh?
However, without warning, it lunged at the man. The person filming ducked in shock, and when the camera refocused, the bear was already running off. Bears are powerful and unpredictable animals, and feeding them can provoke dangerous behavior. Respect their space. During a nighttime forest ride, a biker recorded his journey with a GoPro, only to discover a chilling surprise in the footage later. As he navigated the dark trail, his headlights briefly illuminated a ghostly humanoid figure, standing motionless in the middle of the path. Strangely, the rider didn't notice anything unusual during the ride and passed by without stopping. What could the GoPro have captured on that eerie night? A hiker witnessed something unlike anything he had ever seen before.
Guys, I think so. Go back. Go back. Go back.
A dramatic eruption of a mud volcano. Thick mud and soil erupted from the ground, creating a striking scene. Mud volcanoes form when gas and mud build up under pressure, causing fractures that allow the mixture to surface. Although less destructive than traditional volcanoes, the sudden eruption still appeared dangerous. The hiker wisely decided to move to a safer spot to continue his hike. Christopher was driving through a desert in an unnamed Arabic-speaking country when he noticed a strange figure in the distance.
When we got the WRC edition, that is the World Rally Championship. I think that's a German owner or whatever. German owner or is it a man or is it a girl? Is it a woman? You're a woman?
As he got closer, he realized it was a woman. Concerned that she might be stranded, he turned around to offer help, but she had mysteriously vanished. With no place to hide in the open desert, her sudden disappearance seemed impossible, leading him to believe he had encountered an Arab ghost. Two hunters in a deserted forest were startled by a loud, horrifying scream that echoed through the trees.
Huh?
I think it's time to go.
Unsure of its source, they quickly considered leaving, suspecting the sound could be a warning or something more sinister. What could have caused such a loud and unsettling noise? While hunting alone in the woods at dusk, a man began hearing strange, continuous noises.
We harvest venison and we eat that, so... But anyway, I want you to hear this. I'm going to turn the camera around so you can hear a little better. Just a minute. Like I said, I'm quite a long ways away from the gifting rock. So why are we hearing that out here? A mile away. I'm gonna try to ask the farmer that owns this property if he's ever heard this sound before. Well, I take that back. Funny story. Of course he's not gonna hear that sound. He's deaf. An idiot. He's deaf, so he's never going to hear that sound. Anyhow, alright guys, stay safe out there. Hopefully I can get a deer yet tonight. I'm thinking probably not. Whatever that is probably what's keeping the deer out of here. It's the third time I've hunted here and haven't seen a deer yet, so maybe that's what it is.
He recorded the unsettling sounds, which were unlike anything he had ever encountered. Though experienced in the outdoors, he couldn't identify the source and speculated that the noises were scaring away nearby deer. He was never able to determine who or what was behind the sounds, and hoped that someone else might have the answers. While driving back from a camping trip, a group noticed something disturbing by the roadside.
What'd you see? What? It's behind that tree.
Niana, what is that?
Near a tree, they spotted a shadowy figure lurking in the darkness. Its unsettling movements were enough to make them leave without looking back. This man was hunting in the woods when he suddenly heard strange, eerie grunts filling the air. Could these sounds be from wild animals? Or is there something more sinister at play? A man ventured into the forest during daylight to explore a reported Bigfoot sighting. He pointed out signs such as broken branches and disturbed ground, suggesting something might be living nearby. Suddenly,
it almost looked like something's been kind of keeping shelter back here. I mean, that's probably from a fire pit, old one. I don't know.
A terrifying sound was heard, and the video ended abruptly. The unsettling noise and sudden cutoff left everyone questioning what truly happened out there. A man used an app to generate a random location deep in the woods and decided to investigate at night. As he ventured further, he heard chilling growling noises echoing in the distance. Growing louder. But after reviewing the footage, he noticed something even more unsettling. At the very start of the video, two glowing eyes can be seen watching him from the shadows, before quickly disappearing into the darkness. Who or what could he have encountered in those woods? A group of hunters and their dogs ventured deep into a dense Scandinavian forest in pursuit of a wild boar. After an intense search, the dogs finally cornered the animal, barking wildly to alert the hunters.
Hey! Hey! Ah!
One hunter decided to take the shot, but then the boar suddenly charged straight at him with astonishing speed. The sheer force and aggression of the boar's charge made the situation potentially deadly, bringing the hunter just moments away from a fatal encounter. Lux Yi investigated a reportedly haunted cemetery and captured something unusual.
Acá pueden ver, pueden corroborar que hay un animal, miren, un animal muerto también, de los guarichos que se hacen acá en esta zona. ¿Lo puede levantar, por favor? Sí.
On film, as they continued.
Allá atrás se puede apreciar, no sé si alcanza la toma de mi celular, porque mi celular es un celular muy bajo en resolución, pero bueno, vamos a caminar a ver si...
They filmed some of the tombs when suddenly...
No, esto de no creer, esto de no creer, vamos. Corran.
A small white figure was spotted moving slowly through the tall grass. After fleeing, they managed to capture one last glimpse of the figure on video.
Ahí se ve. La verdad que se mueve, está en movimiento. La verdad que Jesús de Nazaret. No, vamos, corran.
The identity of the figure remains a mystery. As a man drove through a forested area on his way to a big winter hunt, something unexpected occurred.
Holy fuck!
A lynx unexpectedly approached the man's truck and tried to attack him. Luckily, he remained safe as his window was rolled up. Since lynxes are typically not aggressive toward humans unless provoked, the animal's behavior was especially baffling. While camping in the woods of Hinton, Canada, YouTuber Essie Styles heard the eerie howl of a lone wolf echo through the night. As darkness settled in, it became clear they weren't alone. A whole pack of wolves was nearby.
Corran. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1,
The camper wondered aloud whether the wolves were reacting to their presence or if the initial howl had been a warning to stay away. With their senses on high alert, the tension in the air was undeniable, leaving them to wonder just how many wolves were watching from the shadows.
YouTuber and outdoor enthusiast Nomadic Fanatic was spending a week camping when he came across an old bridge rumored to be haunted. According to legend, a bandit named Stucky was brought to justice at this very spot.
And apparently every once in a while, if you hear a splash in the water, that's Stucky's ghost. And unfortunately, there is a lot of graffiti left behind here. There's nothing you can really do about. We're out of here. That's about enough of that.
Alone with only his GoPro, he suddenly heard a splash from beneath the bridge, a sound that felt too perfectly timed to be a coincidence. With no one else around for miles, he was left wondering if he had just captured evidence of a paranormal encounter with Stucky. YouTuber Vahid Kolsberg and his husky, Riley, set out to spend the night on a mountain, but their adventure took a frightening turn when Riley suddenly froze, sensing movement in the trees below. A bear emerged from the forest and began approaching. Vahid attempted to take a photo, but the bear kept coming closer.
Nej! Nej! Kom inte hit! Kom inte hit! Nej! 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 Gå bort! Gå bort! Kom inte hit! Kom inte hit! Kom inte hit! Gå bort härifrån!
Realizing they were unarmed and vulnerable, he shouted in an attempt to scare it away, but the bear only grew more curious. In desperation, he threw rocks downhill, hoping to startle it. The noise worked. The bear retreated, leaving Vahid and Riley safe but deeply shaken by the encounter. While on a fishing trip, a man discovered a hidden cave while exploring a secluded, untouched section of a stream.
Semi-deep, but there are a lot of weeds. That's the only problem I would have. I keep getting stuck on weed. Is that a cave? No way. There's a cave right there. I kind of want to go explore it, I'm not going to lie.
Driven by curiosity, he ventured inside, deeper into the darkness, where he came across something eerie.
What do we got in here? Oh boy, this is nice. Is that a head? Oh my gosh, it's a head. No way. What is that? Is that a coyote? I'm not very smart on which heads these bones are, but it looks like a coyote, I'm pretty sure. Let me get over here. Wow, there's really not much else in here, but you could easily probably get all the way back in there and stand up. I don't know, we're gonna try it. More bones on the ground here. There's actually quite a lot of room. We got another bone right there. Some stuff back in there, a lot of bugs, bones. That's just a stick. No writing.
A skull, possibly from a coyote, along with several scattered bones. While the sight didn't frighten him, it certainly sparked his curiosity. After a moment of intrigue, he carried on with his fishing trip.
As a hunter was walking to his car, he noticed an animal emerging from a ditch. As it drew closer, its appearance became more unsettling, a bizarre mix of monkey and rat-like features with strange, jerky movements. It attempted to climb out of the ditch, but the footage cuts off before revealing what happened next. Despite his knowledge of local wildlife, the hunter had never seen anything like it and couldn't identify the creature. Could anyone have an idea of what this might have been?
A Reddit user shared a photo captured by his uncle's trail camera in South Louisiana, showing a figure resembling Bigfoot lurking in the tall grass. His uncle, who has believed in Bigfoot for nearly 20 years and calls it the swamp squatch, claimed this was the first time he had ever caught anything on camera. While skeptics question the authenticity of the image, the poster remains convinced that his uncle is telling the truth. A man living in the woods of South Jersey was jolted awake by eerie sounds at 1 a.m. Describing the noise as resembling a demonic dinosaur. He insists that in his 30 years there, he has never heard anything like it. The usual local wildlife, deer, foxes, owls, raccoons, opossums, and geese, didn't match the unsettling sound. Could it have been a distressed animal, an unknown predator, a ghost, or perhaps a deeply disturbed person? The man hasn't heard the sounds again since that night and remains baffled by what it could have been. A mysterious trail camera photo from the North Grapevine Lake trails has sparked curiosity online. According to the person who shared the image, it was captured after they and a friend triggered multiple trail cameras while running through the woods around 8 p.m. that evening. They explained that they had started running after hearing something moving close behind them. Upon reviewing the footage later, they noticed a chilling detail, a photo showing the poster running in the foreground, while a dark figure stood motionless between the trees in the background, watching them. Adding to the mystery, the area has reportedly experienced an increase in Bigfoot sightings. Could this be another one? Reddit user Motor Sitter Magnifish was out magnet fishing when he made a heartbreaking discovery.
Oh, I got something on there. Oh. Filled with rocks and paper. Nice polished rocks even.
Open this one up?
Yeah, I'm gonna open this one. It don't look like urine.
Yeah, it doesn't look like you got urine in it.
Actually, there's no liquid in it.
Oh, maybe you can read the note.
He pulled up a jar containing a deeply meaningful message inside.
Oh, you know what? I think it's a poem. I don't think this is a spell. I just saw something about loves. Dear, oh no. Dear Daddy, I wish you can come back and stay. I wish you never died so we could have spent more time together. And now it feels like I have no one. I wish that if you were alive, I could have everybody. I feel nobody loves me. Love, Journey. Okay. Oh, that's heartbreaking.
It is devastating. Oh my gosh.
Dude, I got chills. Oh man.
After sharing the footage, he was contacted by Journey and her family, who explained that the jar held great sentimental value and had been in the water for over a decade. Journey's grandmother mentioned that seeing the video brought back cherished memories, and they expressed their gratitude for him returning it to the river. A Reddit user noticed unusual behavior with their trail camera at a Christmas tree farm in Bedford, Pennsylvania. Every night at exactly 12:05:01 a.m., the camera would take a picture, but nothing would be visible. After 2 months, a bright red light appeared in the images, casting a glow over the trees. On March 5th, 2024, the timestamp changed to 12:52 a.m., and for the first time, the photo showed two blurry shapes, one above the trees and another on the ground. When the user switched the camera to video mode, it worked normally during the day, but failed to record anything at 12:05 a.m., capturing only still images. What triggered the camera every night at the same time? And what was the red light hovering above the trees? The mystery remains unsolved. An experienced camper spent the night alone in a remote Indonesian forest, seeking peace and solitude. As darkness fell, strange wailing sounds echoed through the trees.
Siapa kamu? Hei. Siapa kamu? Halo. Masih seperti ada yang minta tolong teman-teman, kayak nangis. Itu tadi tangan seperti apa teman-teman? La ilaha illallah, jelas sekali. Seperti cakar. Subhanallah. La ilaha illallah. La ilaha illallah. Apa itu? Tikus ya? Kamu jangan meneror aku ya. Apa ya teman-teman? Itunya jatuh. Seperti bunyi itu kesenggol tikus ya. Jangan-jangan kesenggol tikus ya. Astagfirullahaladzim, ada yang nangis, siapa itu? Hei. Kedengeran gak teman-teman? La ilaha illallah. Seperti dari depan sini teman-teman.
Initially dismissing them as animals or wind, he returned to his tent, but the noises grew louder. A guttural dragging sound unsettled him, and when he peered outside, the forest appeared empty.
Kok seperti ada sesuatu sih, apa ya? Perasaan aku aja apa kali ya? Seperti ada yang aneh loh teman-teman.
Astagfirullahaladzim, la ilaha illallah. Dimana kamu?
Later he saw a translucent figure, a woman floating above his tent, swaying eerily. Frozen with fear, he rushed outside, but found no trace of her. Unable to explain the experience, he packed up at dawn. What do you think he saw? In the woods, Reddit user Sago shared a chilling clip from his walk through the forest after 2 a.m. Listen carefully. Are these screams from a wild animal, a person, or something even more frightening? The user ran for his life and wasn't planning on taking a nighttime walk again anytime soon. In 2006, two brothers were camping in British Columbia when one of them spotted something unsettling in the distance.
Wait, stay back!
A large, dark figure was walking, and at first they thought it was a bear. However, upon closer inspection, they realized it wasn't a bear, and they quickly left the area.
Okay, this is where we were when we just saw 15 minutes ago a live, I don't know, some sort of humanoid thing, I don't know. We're in the enchanted forest at Tofino, right by that tree over there. Yeah, that one. We saw it. Let's go see if we can, I don't know. What?
Okay.
Holy shit. Okay, come on guys. Okay, right here. Come check the ground. I don't know. Maybe, oh god. Wait, come here. Come here. Look at that. This is, he ran backwards, right? Over there somewhere. See, that could be a possible footprint. I don't know.
Could be.
Like, look. Yeah. I bet like any foot would.
When they returned later, they found enormous footprints on the ground that appeared to belong to a massive creature. In the video, the brothers explained that the figure they saw was about 6 feet tall and hunched over. While some believed it could have been a giant black bear, the strange footprints raised doubts. This person was hiking in the Gila National Forest when they suddenly heard an eerie sound. Since no visible figure appears in the video, it's hard to determine who or what made the sounds. Could it have been a cryptid, or was it just an animal? The mystery remains unresolved. A hunter, perched in a tree, recorded a curious bear approaching.
Get out of here! Get out of here! Get!
When suddenly, the bear started climbing the tree with surprising speed. The hunter, scared, shouted to scare the bear away, but it kept climbing. The bear almost reached him before losing interest and climbing back down.
Get!
While black bears are typically not aggressive and prefer to avoid humans, they can be unpredictable, especially when they feel threatened or curious. Fortunately, the hunter remains safe. A Reddit user shared images from an old trail camera that featured his brother, but upon closer inspection, a ghostly figure appears to be walking in the background. In the second image, taken just seconds later, the figure is gone. His brother, who was certain he was alone at the time, couldn't explain what the camera had captured. The stark difference between his brother's image and the apparition suggests it could be a ghost. In a trail cam video shared by a TikTok user, a dark figure briefly appears in a densely wooded forest. The figure resembles a creature, possibly an ape, gorilla, or monkey. While gorillas typically have short necks, this figure appears to have a noticeable one, leading some viewers to believe it could be the legendary Bigfoot. Though little context was provided, the footage is undeniably intriguing. This hunter recorded himself and his wife as they tracked a bear through the forest. At first, they struggled to find the bear, but once they did, the situation took a dramatic turn.
I don't see him, Jimmy.
He's right there at the bottom of the tree.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Oh my God. Okay.
Ah! Someone threw him in. Oh shit, back up, honey. Get back. Shit, run, baby. Shit. Go, baby, run. Ah! God damn it. Roll. Shit. Go, bear. Run, baby.
Suddenly, the bear charged at them. In a moment of sheer courage, the man put himself in harm's way to ensure his wife's safety. The bear eventually retreated, leaving the couple shaken but alive. This hunter was out in the forest when he witnessed something truly unbelievable. The man appears to be chasing after something, then stops and focuses his camera on a distant area, revealing a massive dark creature moving through the bushes. As the cameraman gets closer, the creature is seen standing upright, his posture more human-like than that of a gorilla, with long arms and a tall stature. Looks like something other than an ordinary ape. Unfortunately, the location of the encounter remains unknown, leaving the sighting shrouded in mystery. This trail cam photo from the woods in Texas shows deer grazing peacefully, but in the background, a pale humanoid figure lurks in the shadows. Some viewers speculate it could be a skinwalker, while others believe it might be the ghost of an old-time miner. However, we can't rule out the possibility that it's simply a deer captured from an unusual angle. What do you think? While inspecting a stream in the woods for fish, a fisherman noticed something unusual in the water.
What in the heck? I hope that's not what I think it is. Oh my gosh. Are you guys seeing this? I'm not even lying to you guys. I think that is a freaking mountain lion because the tail is super long. I think that is a freaking mountain lion, you guys. Like, what? That is honestly really eerie. Dude, okay, I'm gonna try something. I'm gonna grab this big stick and we're gonna try to lift that whatever it is out of the water just so we can get a better look. All right, let's see what we got here. Oh my gosh, that is freaking creepy, dude. What is that? Look at that. Look at that. You guys see that tail? Oh my.
The shape and tail suggested it was a mountain lion. The animal may have drowned due to injury before entering the water, or perhaps it suffered from illness or a fight with another animal. The fisherman left feeling unsettled. This video, recorded by a hunter in Russia, begins in a strange and unexpected way. The hunter appears to kick a bear in the back for unknown reasons. The bear immediately turns aggressive, charging at him while growling and making threatening noises. In the chaos, the hunter drops his camera but manages to escape unharmed. Surprisingly, he later recovered the camera and uploaded the footage, capturing the intense moment of the attack. Hopefully, he learned a valuable lesson: never provoke a bear. One day, while walking around his property with his dog, the animal suddenly began barking uncontrollably, acting unusually agitated. That's when he saw it. A Sasquatch-like creature appeared to be peeking from behind the bushes. At first, the photo he took seemed unclear, but upon zooming in, distinct details emerged. An ape-like face with brown fur, visible eyes, a nose, and a mouth. The question remains, was it just a case of pareidolia, or did he truly capture the face of Bigfoot? While testing his GoPro while fishing at sea, a man unknowingly captured something mysterious in the deep waters. As he filmed, he noticed a small black object moving through the waves behind him. Before he could get a better look, it quickly vanished, leaving him puzzled. He speculated whether it was a great white shark, an orca, or perhaps something smaller like an otter or seal. However, since the creature never resurfaced, he was left with an eerie sense of uncertainty. Unable to shake the unsettling feeling, he decided to leave the water for the day. While visiting a national park, Reddit user Terry Pill captured something unsettling in one of his photos. A white figure appears behind a bush near the suspension bridge at Pisha Campground. Initially, he dismissed it as part of the plant life, but a comparison with a daytime photo revealed that nothing like it was there before, deepening the mystery. Some speculate it could be a light reflection, motion blur, or an animal, while others believe it could be something far more eerie, either a ghostly apparition or an unknown entity. What do you think? Is it just pareidolia or something truly paranormal? In April 2022, a man was hunting in the forest when he suddenly spotted something unusual. A mysterious creature inside a hole. It had long ears, large eyes, and grayish skin. Upon noticing the strange being, the hunter quickly ran away. Was this an actual cryptid, or was it all just a setup?
A man in Ukraine set out to explore a field with his metal detector, but ended up discovering something unexpected.
Не знаю, що це може бути, хто тут такий, або що вже тут таке. Копаєм. Привидіння. І ще так світиться іменно, як фосфор, таким зеленим, таким класно, яскраво. Якийсь привид.
His video appears to capture an eerie apparition, which he believes to be a roadside phantom. However, it could also be a roadside marker viewed from an unusual angle. Is this truly something unexplainable, or has his mind simply mistaken an ordinary sight for something ghostly? A Reddit user recently shared 2 intriguing trail cam photos taken in southwest Ohio. The first image captures an ordinary hunting area, but the second reveals something unusual, a faint figure appearing on the right side of the frame. Though its shape resembles a human, its details remain unclear. Adding to the mystery, the trail camera recorded a sudden 10-degree temperature drop between the 2 photos, taken just 1 minute apart. While some believe the figure could be paranormal, others suggest it might be an optical illusion or simply a person caught on camera. But what could explain the drastic temperature drop?
On a scorching summer day, Bryce Newell trekked several miles through Shawnee State Forest in Ohio, drenched in sweat. After covering 4 miles, he walked another half mile to drink from a river, knowing his next water source wouldn't be available until 12 miles into the second day. Feeling exhausted, he decided to take a shorter route.
And then last night I found like 3 ticks on me, and I am absolutely covered in either little tiny ticks or chiggers. They're probably chiggers. They are all over me right now. They kept me up all night. I tried washing them off, but I mean, I'm gonna have to go through and pick them off one by one, it looks like. This trail's got some nice scenic views, but, you know, at this point, the way that trail looks with no switchbacks.
Throughout his journey, Bryce was covered in ticks and chiggers, forcing him to pick them off one by one.
I'm just taking a break here. I still got about 2 miles to go on this road. I looked down at my ankle, and I have a million bites from those little chiggers last night. You can see they're still on there. I'm probably gonna jump in the lake up here by the parking lot and try to scrape off the rest of them. No wonder it itched so bad last night. It was keeping me up all night long.
By the end of the trip, his legs were severely bitten, and he appeared unusually pale. When he arrived home, his legs and feet were marked with bites, and he likely needed medical attention. A man was asked to watch over his friend's forest property while they were away. After hearing strange noises and unsettling stories from neighbors, he decided to set up trail cameras. One day, while reviewing the footage, he spotted a large, furry, bipedal creature walking near the fence in broad daylight. Oddly, the creature seemed to appear around the same time each day. Curious and unsettled, the man decided to confront it, shouting for it to reveal itself. In response, the creature bolted away so fast that he was convinced it wasn't human. Though it was never seen again, strange occurrences on the property continued. Of course, the true nature of this story may never be fully known. A hunter in Texas captured footage of a humanoid figure near a forest lake one early morning. Initially, he thought it was just a person, but when he called out, the figure didn't respond and remained motionless. As he started recording, the figure appeared humanoid with thick black fur, resembling Bigfoot. However, the rancher was doubtful, as the creature's posture and leg size looked more human-like, leading him to think it could be someone in a Bigfoot costume. The footage remains inconclusive, leaving viewers to question whether it was really Bigfoot or just a prank. In 2016, a family fishing near Wild Horse Lake in Steens Mountain, Oregon, failed to notice a large figure running behind them.
2016, Wild Horse Lake. Made her down here now, can just make her out.
Dad, what is that?
Wow, what is that?
It's a bear.
Stay low.
What is it?
The father quickly reached for his camera to take a photo, but it was too late. Fortunately, one of his daughters managed to capture the figure on camera. Steens Mountain is a remote, heavily forested area, making it an ideal location for sightings of elusive creatures like Bigfoot. Skeptics suggest it could have been a misidentified hiker, but to me, it doesn't seem like just an ordinary person. While reviewing footage from a game camera, a hunter came across a chilling image taken in a rural area of Washington state. The photo depicts a mysterious figure standing between two deer. Adding to the intrigue, the area has a rich history. It was once home to an extensive coal mining operation in the late 1800s. Notably, the figure does not appear in any other nighttime photos from the same camera, sparking speculation. Some believe it could be a simple trick of the light or motion blur, while others suggest it may be something more paranormal, perhaps a ghost connected to the land's mining past. Nick Foster recorded a walk through the forest with his dog, Pop, when he noticed something unusual. As Pop explored the area,
Come here. Come on. This way.
Nick spotted a pale figure moving between the trees in the distance. Partially obscured by dense vegetation, the figure stood out due to its movement and strange appearance. Alarmed, Nick immediately called Pop and decided to leave. After reviewing the footage, he became convinced the figure might have been the ghost of a lost soldier, appearing to wear a helmet and a heavy coat. The encounter was unsettling, as Nick and Pop were completely alone in the forest with no one else in sight. Many viewers who watched the video also thought the figure resembled a soldier from another era. This led Nick to wonder if the forest had once been the site of military activity or a past battle. A homeowner living deep in the woods installed a security camera to capture wildlife, but ended up recording something unexpected. The footage revealed a ghostly, semi-transparent figure moving at a speed far beyond that of a human. However, when slowed down, the figure clearly resembled a person. The homeowner found it hard to believe that anyone would be out in the woods at such a late hour, especially in such a remote location. Was it just a person? Or could it have been a ghost? Or perhaps even a cryptid? While walking through the woods, Mike noticed something unusual.
Watch who's stalking who now. Who's stalking who now? Look at that. Do you see a person? Yeah, who's stalking who now?
A man seemed to be following him. Although the figure appeared to be an ordinary person, there was no one else around, and Mike couldn't shake the feeling that the man was watching him intently.
Okay, ready? Tell me I'm crazy. Tell me I'm crazy. Tell me I'm crazy. Look at that. I'm by myself in the light. Look at that. Oh my God.
The encounter left Mike questioning who the man was and what his intentions might have been. While hunting alone early in the morning on Thomas Mountain, California, this man noticed an eerie silence that left him with a spooked feeling. Before heading back to camp, he snapped a few pictures of the surroundings, only to later discover something unusual in one of them. A strange head can be seen peeking out from behind a branch. The man mentioned that the figure wasn't present in the other photos and plans to return to the same spot to investigate. So, what did this hunter capture that day? Around 5 a.m., a Reddit user's security camera recorded something unusual. The motion sensor was triggered by what appeared to be a ghostly figure briefly shifting into view. Reddit users debated whether it was a full-body apparition or something else entirely. However, the footage was too brief and unclear to draw a definitive conclusion. Could there be a logical explanation, or was something truly paranormal caught on camera? In the forests of Oregon, a trail camera captured something remarkable: a dark, furry figure standing among the trees. What made the sighting even more intriguing was a smaller figure, possibly a baby, clinging to its back. Could this indicate that Bigfoot lives in family groups and exhibits social behaviors similar to humans? Or was it merely a bear, with the image distorted by an optical illusion? A group of hunters were out exploring when they came across something unusual: a bizarre creature lying on a rock. Its long limbs were sprawled out, and it appeared lifeless. Unfortunately, little background information is available, and no explanation has been provided about what it might have been. While staying at his friend's hunting cabin near Jordan Lake, North Carolina, a Reddit user heard something unusual. Though he remains open to logical explanations, he finds it eerie that these unsettling sounds have only occurred twice. Some believe it could just be wild animals, while others suspect something more sinister might be at work. While searching for wildlife in the Australian outback, a man encountered a creature he couldn't identify. Curious, he decided to film it and share the footage online. The mysterious figure had glowing white eyes, leading many to speculate that it could be the Yowie, a cryptid similar to Bigfoot. Witnesses often describe the Yowie as having a large forehead, moving with rapid, jerky motions, and displaying an uncanny ability to hide or evade detection. Some even believe it can sense when it's being watched, disappearing the moment it feels observed. Though the man wasn't entirely convinced of what he had seen, he couldn't come up with a logical explanation for the strange encounter. 13 years ago, a photo was captured during a camping trip in the Arapahoe and Roosevelt National Forests, just west of Denver. At first glance, the image seems ordinary, but upon closer examination, an unusual figure appears among the trees. Some speculate that it could be Bigfoot, the elusive creature rumored to roam remote regions. Cryptozoologists are excited by the photograph and the rugged, secluded mountain landscape, which provides a plausible setting for a sighting of this legendary being. While exploring the forest, these men had a tense and unforgettable encounter.
Yeah, just keep talking normally.
A grizzly bear and her cub suddenly walked past them as they hid in the bushes. Surprisingly, instead of showing aggression, the bear remained calm. The men stayed cautious but unharmed, leaving the forest with a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Perched at the top of a tree, two men found themselves dangerously close to becoming prey when a bear nearly turned the tables on them.
What the heck are you doing? Just don't move.
At first, the bear seemed unaware of their presence, but then it began climbing toward them. Holding their breath, the men remained perfectly still, desperate not to provoke the massive predator.
I think I have to change my underwear now.
As the bear reached a spot near them, it paused, gave them a warning glance, then climbed back down and wandered away. The tense encounter left them shaken, fully aware of how close they had come to being the hunted. A Reddit user shared a chilling experience from a night spent outdoors in a wooded area. They initially heard faint giggling sounds and assumed it was a coyote, but then they spotted a gray figure moving strangely and darting up a tree. At first, they thought it was their cat, but its movements were unnatural, almost monkey-like. However, when they went inside, they found their cat safely resting in its bed. The most unsettling detail was the figure's eyes, set unusually close together and glowing bright red. Hoping for answers, they shared their story on Reddit, wondering if anyone could identify the mysterious creature. A rumor circulated about a remote piece of land being home to a mysterious creature. Determined to uncover the truth, Tom set out one night with a camera and flashlight.
It's like a little bit of illegal dumping. It's like sand.
At first, he only came across scattered trash, but then he spotted something truly unsettling. A pale, humanoid figure lurked in the brush. The moment his flashlight illuminated it, the creature swiftly crawled toward him. It was thin, eerie, and unlike anything human. Tom's terrified reaction convinced many that what he saw was something beyond explanation. He fled the scene and never returned. In 2021, a man was recording his journey through dense woods when he unknowingly captured something eerie, a strange face peeking out from behind a pile of debris. The face had an animal-like appearance with glowing eyes, yet it was unidentifiable. Moments later, it disappeared, followed by a deep, gruff growl. The unsettling footage left viewers baffled, sparking speculation about the creature's identity. Many wondered if it could be a cryptid. A group of YouTube explorers came across an abandoned property in the middle of nowhere. As they ventured inside, they quickly noticed a wall that seemed oddly out of place.
Just see. Oh, no way, dude. Are you kidding me? Check this out, guys. What the heck? Whoa, look at that. It really is. Look. We found a freaking secret room. Oh, that's creepy. Should we go in? Alright, I gotta go get a mask, guys. I gotta get a mask on. We gotta go check that out. What do you guys think?
Upon closer inspection, they uncovered a hidden passage leading to a secret room filled with disturbing items. A chair with a coat, ammunition containers, explicit adult material, soundproof walls, liquor bottles, and ropes. Adding to the mystery, they discovered strange chemicals stored in a cabinet, along with unsettling objects such as a toothbrush, a torch, a stuffed animal, jewelry, in a hidden compartment beneath the stairs. Outside, they found an old surveillance system and an abandoned van nearby. Authorities later revealed that the structure was illegally built on public land and was set to be removed. The eerie discoveries have sparked speculation about the property's dark and possibly criminal past. What sinister events might have unfolded in this hidden place? The following footage from Queensland, Australia may be disturbing.
You got a cigarette box?
No, just put my boot next to it. Fucking rip clean in half, and then this next to it.
Got a good shot of it? That might be a better one there.
And it's going up the hill.
Hey, what about just digging a hole and burying it?
It's only 2 creek.
Yeah, that's right. What about up there? What's up there? Well, you can see where something's dragged us down there.
Yeah.
Your boss ought to be eyes open up.
One day, hunters stumbled upon a pig that had been brutally mutilated and torn in half. What made the discovery even more unsettling were the massive footprints nearby, far too large to belong to a human. One hunter compared his boot to the tracks, highlighting their enormous size. Yowies, creatures similar to Bigfoot, are often described as large bipedal beings, and the hunters are convinced that one of them was responsible. A woman living in the forest noticed her dog suddenly running away in fear from something in the field. Curious, she went to investigate and found this. A strange, pale humanoid figure stood motionless in the middle of the field, moving in an unsettling manner. After a few moments it vanished, only for her to spot it again, lurking in the tall grass, silently watching her. What happened next remains a mystery. While reviewing footage from his trail camera, a hunter noticed something unusual. Strange lights flickering in the forest at night. The lights appeared and disappeared in the distance, moving in an unnatural manner. The hunter noted that the forest is dense and remote, with very few people passing through, especially at that hour. This made it even more puzzling. Could it be lost hikers? Or is there something more mysterious lurking in the woods? When this hunter reviewed his trail camera footage, he was stunned by what he saw. A figure in a white robe standing alone in the woods late at night. The image is blurry, making it difficult to determine whether it's a ghostly apparition or something else entirely. The unsettling scene raises many questions. How did this figure end up in the middle of nowhere? And what caused the strange blur in the image? Could this be a supernatural event? Or is there a more logical explanation for this eerie encounter in the woods? In 2006, a YouTuber uploaded a video that unintentionally captured something eerie. A ghostly, transparent figure appeared to glide through the trees. One viewer noticed the figure moving from right to left across the screen, before vanishing without a trace. Some speculated that the figure seemed unnaturally tall, though the YouTuber himself estimated its height to be around 6 feet. Was this a genuine accidental capture, or was it all staged to deceive viewers? Reddit user Sago posted an eerie video of his late-night walk through the forest after 2 a.m. Listen closely. screams be from a wild animal, a person, or something even more terrifying? Startled by the unsettling sounds, the user sprinted away and had no intention of taking another nighttime stroll anytime soon. A Reddit user was driving home through a remote mountainous area when they took a photo to share with friends. Later, they noticed a strange figure near the house. They questioned whether it was a supernatural entity or simply someone captured in an unusual pose or lighting. But even if it was just a person, the eerie nature of the photo remained just as unsettling. Reddit user Daranor GLA reviewed their trail camera footage and was stunned by what they found. They noted that these strange apparitions only appear at night. Could they be spirits or ghosts, or is there a more logical explanation? Perhaps insects or weather effects? While flying his drone over the woods, a man spotted a moose strolling peacefully below. As he continued filming, the moose suddenly shook, causing its massive antlers to fall off. Having anticipated this moment, the man wasted no time. Once the antlers hit the ground, he quickly followed the moose's tracks to retrieve them. While driving down a remote dirt road at night, these men encountered something truly eerie. A figure dressed in white stood motionless in the middle of the road. When she finally moved, she hobbled into the darkness and disappeared. The men searched for her, but she was nowhere to be found. Who or what did they encounter that night? Vivian Hoffman was driving through the forest when she captured something eerie on camera and shared it on the Kentucky Mysteries Facebook page. The video reveals a blurry figure that appears to be wearing a cloak and a hat. Many speculate it could be a ghost, a shadow figure, or perhaps just an unsettling person. Given Kentucky's haunted reputation, this mysterious figure only adds to the sense of unease. YouTuber Matthew Van Hoos was enjoying a peaceful hike when he suddenly heard something chilling. A loud, human-like voice echoing from the woods. He distinctly heard the words, "Help me," before the voice quickly faded, replaced by an eerie sound that didn't seem human at all. Skeptics suggest it could have been a wild animal, but the uncertainty lingers. Determined to investigate, Matthew searched the area but found nothing. After waiting for an hour with no further sounds, he eventually left, leaving the mystery unsolved. A Reddit user shared a photo taken at the edge of a dense forest in North Carolina, claiming it might capture a spirit. The image reveals a faint, eerie face that some believe could be a lost spirit, while others suggest it might be a case of pareidolia or even digital manipulation. Regardless of the explanation, the unsettling presence in the photo has sparked curiosity, leaving one to wonder if the forest holds more than meets the eye. A woman ventured into the woods in search of something unusual, and she found it.
What is that?
She spotted a strange black creature sitting on the ground. The moment she shined her flashlight on it, it bolted away, leaving her shaken and rushing back to her cabin. Was it just a prank? Or could something more sinister be lurking in the woods? A woman ventured deep into the forest to observe wildlife, but ended up encountering something completely unexpected. In the distance, she spotted a large, blurry figure and began recording. The creature appeared to resemble Bigfoot, but what stood out the most were its feet, unusually white and distinct. Some viewers believe she had captured footage of a real Bigfoot, while others suspected it was just a person in a costume. This man was at home near the forest when he recorded something unusual.
Person.
a creature moving on all fours while letting out animal-like roars. Unfortunately, due to the distance, identifying the creature is difficult. What could be lurking around his town? 2 hunters ventured into the Missouri woods in search of a mysterious figure rumored to haunt their neighborhood. As they explored a forest clearing, they suddenly spotted something unsettling.
So Ben, how do you think that thorn pierced your, like, back?
I felt it. It's just really thin.
A dark figure kneeling in the woods, silently staring at them. The terrifying encounter was brief, but fear overtook them, causing them to drop the camera and flee. Later, they returned to retrieve the footage and shared it on YouTube. If you listen closely just before they see the figure, one of them mentions feeling an intense, piercing gaze. What did they truly witness? On August 23rd, 1987, a group of hunters in Tabernash, Colorado, made a chilling discovery, a plane crash site. As authorities investigated, Deputy Sheriff Dale Wood found a VHS tape hanging from a tree. The footage revealed the final moments of 2 missing men, James Jeb Codell and Ronald Hugh Willman, who had vanished in 1984 after their plane went down. Despite having an emergency transmitter, no distress signal was ever sent.
Oh, look at that down there, Ronnie, on the left. Nice little lake and a cabin. Those dead trees down there. A whole bunch of them back up in here, little beetles. Very pretty little lake.
The footage showed that James, the pilot, had miscalculated the density altitude, making the air too thin for the plane to climb over the rising mountains. As they attempted to ascend, the engine stalled, and the aircraft flipped.
Damn, hang on, Ronnie!
The crash damaged the transmitter, leaving the men stranded with no way to call for help. Tragically, both James and Ronald perished at the site, and their remains were finally recovered, bringing closure to their mysterious disappearance. As a hunter approached his door, he noticed something terrifying just in time.
Woo!
A massive snake was hanging from the door frame, poised above him. His Ring camera captured the chilling moment, showing how close he came to walking straight into it. Fortunately, he backed away before the snake could strike. As a man drove down a long, empty road through the quiet countryside, something unusual caught his eye. A deer stood motionless in the middle of the road, its eyes reflecting an eerie sense of despair. Even stranger, it began pacing in perfect circles, its movements slow and almost hypnotic. The man couldn't shake the unsettling feeling that something was seriously wrong. A Reddit user set up a hunting camera near a mysterious hole in the forest, but when they returned to check it, they discovered something strange. The camera and tools had vanished without a trace, and in their place was a cryptic note left inside the hole. The note only deepened the mystery, appearing to contain a hidden message. Curious Reddit users began investigating and eventually uncovered the message hidden within. Nice try, but we're keeping what we found and we'd rather not, maybe, give it back. Caught by your trail cam, but smart thinking. Return trip. You almost snapped us. The box was too heavy to take with the tools all at once. Tell you what, you decipher this message and I'll leave a sliver of the cake behind. However, remember to play fairly. What could be happening here? While driving down a quiet road in North Carolina, a hunter captured bizarre footage on his dash cam. The video shows a large, dark-furred creature darting into the woods. Estimated to be between 6 and 7 feet tall, and moving in a human-like manner, the figure has sparked widespread speculation that it could be Bigfoot. While skeptics question the video's authenticity, many in the paranormal community believe it to be genuine. Deep in a dense forest, a man has a chilling encounter.
For whatever reason, they're pretty close to the house this morning. Just out of sight, like usual. I gotta get to the truck to get to work. I don't really want to leave this porch.
While inside his cabin, he hears a deep, menacing growl echoing through the trees. Though the sound is unsettling, he stays calm but hesitates, unsure of what might be lurking outside as he prepares to leave for work. What could have been making those eerie noises? Luckily for him, whatever it was stayed out of sight. A woman ventures into the forest for a peaceful day alone. At first, she enjoys the solitude, but soon, faint footsteps nearby unsettle her. She scans her surroundings but sees nothing, until her camera catches a shadow shifting among the trees.
Who's up there? Okay. Mister. Who's up there?
The shadow moves, as if following her.
Oh, wait a minute. Whoa, look. Where's it at? Oh my God. No fucking way. Dude. What? Look at him go. Sorry, I'm trying to hold still. Okay, no.
When she turns to look directly, it vanishes. A chill runs down her spine as she senses something still lurking. Overcome with fear, she rushes out of the forest, shaken by the eerie encounter. A woman was attempting to film a deer up close when, to her dismay, she unknowingly captured something eerie in the background. Upon zooming in, a shadowy figure resembling a person in a dark cloak or dress became visible. The figure didn't seem to acknowledge her presence, and she insists she was entirely alone at the time. It wasn't until she reviewed the footage later that she noticed the mysterious figure, leaving her both puzzled and deeply unsettled. While filming with his thermal night vision camera in the Canadian wilderness, a hunter captured something unusual. At first, he dismissed the shape as a bird's nest, but when he took a second shot, a humanoid figure appeared, moving through the trees. Its presence in the pitch-black forest was unsettling, especially since the area had seemed clear moments earlier. Navigating such a remote forest in total darkness without a flashlight would be nearly impossible for a human. Yet, what made the encounter even stranger was the complete absence of rustling or any unusual sounds. The mysterious figure remains unexplained, and the hunter never saw it again. While fishing on a lake, a group of friends spots something unusual. They realize it's still alive, struggling with something lodged in its mouth. Upon closer inspection, they discover a turtle trapped inside. The group tries to free the turtle, but it's tightly wedged. After some effort, one of them finally manages to pull it out. In the end, both the catfish and the turtle survive the strange ordeal. As a group of hunters readied themselves for another expedition, they were taken aback by eerie howls reverberating through the woods.
They're not all dead.
Are they gonna pick up that sound?
Yeah.
The sounds felt like either a warning or a call to gather, prompting the hunters to decide it was time to leave. A hunter set up a trail camera to capture images of wildlife, and initially, it did just that. However, something unexpected soon appeared in the footage. A person in a suit wearing a creepy gas mask and carrying what looked like a bag or jerry can. The photo was sent to the police, but the identity and intentions of the individual remain a mystery. A hunter lay still, waiting for a young black bear that was gradually approaching him.
bear's about 5 yards from Rob right now. There he goes.
Initially, the bear walked by, but curiosity led it back to investigate the hunter. The hunter stayed calm and collected, keeping his gun aimed, and eventually, both he and the bear walked away unscathed. After a snowstorm, a hunter was navigating through the forest when he encountered a peculiar sight: white smoke rising from a tree. This was odd considering the recent snowfall and the absence of any fire nearby. Speculation arose online that the smoke might indicate a hidden signal, perhaps leading to a secret entrance to an underground bunker. A man is quietly fishing alone, creating content for his fishing channel, completely unaware that someone is observing him from behind the leaves while sitting on a rock and silently watching him. Is it just a person, or something more sinister? If it is indeed a person, why are they staring at him? This man chose to explore the forest late at night when he suddenly spotted something unsettling: a figure standing eerily still beside a tree. He aimed his flashlight at it, but the figure remained motionless, merely staring back at him.
What's that?
Go. Filled with fear, the man quickly fled the forest. Some believe it was a prank, while others suspect the individual might have been under the influence. However, some wonder if it was something far more sinister. A hunter set up a trail camera in Minot, Michigan, to keep an eye on the local wildlife. When he reviewed the footage, he was astonished by what he found. In the foreground, a wild animal grazed peacefully, but as the camera panned to the background, a large dark figure was seen standing silently in the shadows. It was clearly not a tree. As the figure disappeared in the next shot, what could it be? A person, a creature, or something even more mysterious? A bow hunter exploring an old abandoned coal mine captured something eerie on his trail camera. In the footage, a tall figure, estimated to be around 10 feet tall, crosses an old mining road, moving slowly through an area that was active from the 1890s to the 1940s, where numerous miners lost their lives due to cave-ins and explosions, with many bodies still sealed within the mine. The bow hunter wonders if this could be the ghost of one of the miners who never left. A man was driving home from a hunting trip when he spotted a bear by the roadside and decided to approach it.
Сейчас он опять кинется на него. Желает еще хочет.
Suddenly, the bear became startled and charged at him. In a panic, the man scrambled onto his car for safety. Fortunately, both he and the bear came out of the frightening encounter without any injuries. In the midst of a snowy wilderness, a group of hunters finds themselves completely unprepared when an unexpected event occurs. A pack of wild boars charges towards them, and the deep snow hampers their escape. One hunter gets knocked down as a boar crashes into him, and soon another group of boars appears. Despite the chaos, the hunters stay composed, holding their ground and shouting to scare off the animals. In this hunting vlog, 2 hunters are tracking a bull elk and eventually spot it in an open clearing. One hunter draws his bow and takes aim, but the situation quickly escalates.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god, I got it all! Oh my god! Oh, Ty! You pinwheeled him. Oh, I cannot believe what just happened to us.
The elk charges directly at them, capable of running speeds up to 40 miles per hour, creating a dangerous scenario. Thankfully, the hunters avoid the charge and escape without harm, taking a moment to compose themselves before resuming their hunt. A hunter set up a trail camera deep in the woods to monitor a feeding area and observe the wildlife that passed by. However, around 2 a.m., the camera captured something unsettling. At first, a shadowy figure, barely distinguishable, appeared in the distance. As it drew closer, it became clearer, a person in a long dress running frantically through the forest. Then, another figure emerged, crawling on the ground, its long, dark hair hiding its face and wearing a white robe. What exactly did the trail camera record that night? Were these just 2 individuals? If so, why were they dressed that way and wandering through the forest at such an unusual hour? This individual journeyed into a remote, desolate forest and encountered something quite disturbing, a hunched figure. As he continued to record, the figure suddenly turned its attention to him and, without warning, began to chase him, moving swiftly on all fours. The video abruptly cuts off as the man flees. Some speculate that this could be the Rake, a legendary creature known for its hunchback and eerie appearance, while others remain doubtful, wondering if it could simply be a person acting strangely. A user on Reddit shared a spine-chilling video taken during a trip into the woods with a friend after they noticed something strange while hunting. They recorded 15 minutes of footage in hopes of capturing what their eyes couldn't see. While nothing appeared unusual during their walk, the footage later revealed a mysterious ghostly figure. What did they capture that night? A Reddit user posted a haunting photo taken at the Devil's Den Rock Formation in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania on July 3rd, 2022. The image revealed a strange apparition that went unnoticed at the time. There were no other people or light sources around when the photo was taken, and it wasn't until later that the user noticed the unusual figure, sparking speculation about its connection to paranormal activities at this historic site. A man and his dog were trekking through Huron National Forest in Michigan when they suddenly halted after hearing horrifying cries from an unidentified creature deep within the woods.
I don't know what the hell that is over there.
The dog dashed toward the noise, with the cries intensifying as it approached. Realizing the potential danger, the man decided to leave right away. This photo was the last image captured of Wesley Still, a man who disappeared while hunting in October 2018. The image, taken by a trail camera, marked the last known sighting of him, and his fate remained a mystery until his remains were found in 2022 near Locust Grove. This photo adds an unsettling dimension to the case, and the circumstances surrounding his disappearance are still unclear. A lost hiker makes his way deep into the dense woods, recording his journey. Suddenly, he hears a disturbing noise ahead and turns his camera in that direction, only to be shocked by what he sees.
Oh my god.
A tall, dark figure standing in the shadows, staring directly at him. As soon as it realizes it has been spotted, the figure swiftly disappears back into the darkness. Unfortunately, the video is grainy, making it difficult to discern specific details. A Reddit user posted a photo taken near her cabin in Buffalo, New York, recounting 2 unsettling encounters with a strange creature. While the area is known for deer, this creature felt different. It stood motionless, staring at her for several minutes, and only moved when her boyfriend approached closely. She suspects it wasn't a deer at all, but rather a skinwalker mimicking one. A hunter installed a trail camera deep in the woods to keep an eye on the area. When he reviewed the footage, he was taken aback by what he discovered: a mysterious dark figure lurking behind a tree. The creature appeared to be covered in thick black fur, with only its upper body visible. Its size and presence were undeniably impressive, leaving the hunter both curious and uneasy. Could this be a legitimate sighting of the elusive Bigfoot? Or is there a more earthly explanation for this eerie figure? A Reddit user named RareMeeting5507 posted unsettling images from the Climax Tunnel at Anthony's L, an old railroad converted into a trail. At first glance, the photo seemed ordinary, but the user soon spotted a faint figure leaning against the wall. Given the location's history, often associated with ghost stories and paranormal legends, some speculate that the images hint at a supernatural presence. Additionally, a hunter captured something truly unsettling on his CCTV while monitoring his property. After enhancing the footage, some viewers speculate that he may have recorded either a raptor or a terror bird, both of which are long extinct. Various theories are circulating, with some suggesting that these creatures could still be hiding deep within the earth. However, could there be a more plausible explanation, such as someone in an elaborate costume? Or is it conceivable that these ancient beings still roam the earth unnoticed? A person was exploring the woods when they stumbled upon something quite extraordinary. Hundreds of stuffed animals hanging from branches or unsettlingly positioned among the trees. Strangely, they all looked unnaturally clean, showing no signs of wear or decay. Who could have left such a large number of toys in the forest, and what could their purpose be? This video was recorded by Hunter Michael Green in the Uwharrie National Forest. The footage allegedly captures Bigfoot on a thermal camera. Take a look. The video shows a large figure moving among the trees, but its poor quality makes it difficult to identify. Green is adamant that it's Bigfoot, pointing to the figure's size and movements as evidence. However, without clearer proof, it's challenging to draw any definitive conclusions. A hunter observed unusual movement on a security camera at his cabin in the woods. A tall figure, cloaked in something white, was seen moving along the tree line. Puzzled, the hunter questioned how anyone could be in that remote area, as his cabin is situated deep in the forest, far from any signs of human activity. Although he had encountered odd events in the past, he had never witnessed anything quite like this. A trail camera unexpectedly captured an unusual figure. Initially, the owner thought it might be a creature resembling Bigfoot, but upon a closer look, it appeared more likely to be a hunter in camouflage. However, there was something odd about how the figure was positioned. It seemed slightly off. What could be going on here? In another incident, Reddit user Sago posted a chilling clip of his late-night walk through the forest after 2 a.m. Listeners are urged to pay close attention to the sounds. They hear screams that could belong to a wild animal, a person, or something even more terrifying. In a panic, the user fled and vowed never to take a nighttime stroll again anytime soon. One night, a man heard strange voices near his farm and decided to check it out. To his shock, he saw a figure standing silently by a tree, staring directly at him. When he shone his flashlight on it, the figure remained completely still, inducing fear that kept him from getting closer. He maintained his distance and observed from afar, later reporting that the figure stood there throughout the night, but by morning, it had vanished without a trace. One hunter recorded something remarkable on his cabin's CCTV footage. The video starts with a large bear casually roaming around the cabin, sniffing the area. Suddenly, something unexpected occurs. The bear bolts in fear and scrambles up a tree, startled by a small, fearless dog charging directly at it. The dog stands guard below, barking loudly and refusing to back down. Eventually, the little dog gets distracted and moves away, allowing the bear to climb down and quickly escape into the forest. On a snowy evening, a woman was strolling alone near a reservation when she suddenly heard a chilling scream. She quickly pointed her camera in the direction of the sound, but found only the snow-blanketed ground. Disturbed by the experience, she hurried away and promised herself she would never come back at night. A Reddit user shared a puzzling clip from a yowie hunt in southeast Queensland.
Went down the Gold Coast and got washed around.
Yeah.
in the rainforest, which was kind of unexpected. And they were coming out from front of us and to the side.
How cool.
The video appears to show a rock shooting upwards, seemingly defying gravity. The Yowie hunters were left debating whether it was a natural phenomenon, a supernatural event, or merely a trick of the camera. Filmed in Scandinavia, a hunter begins recording as two large bears roam through the forest. Suddenly, one of the bears shifts its attention, leading to a startling turn of events.
Väärä suunta, ei tänne päin, ei tänne päin! Ei tänne! Perkele!
The man reacts quickly, and chaos ensues as the camera shakes and his terrified screams can be heard. Fortunately, he manages to escape the encounter without any injuries. A man was strolling through the woods when he stumbled upon an abandoned structure and decided to film it. Suddenly, he noticed something unsettling.
Where's he going? Where's he?
A figure in a white robe, calmly walking before disappearing into the woods. When the man went to investigate, there was no trace of the figure, and he almost thought he was imagining it. Luckily, he had the footage as proof. While hunting from a tree, a hunter encounters something he had never seen before.
Didn't look like a deer. I can't tell what it is. I think I see it again now. What in the world is that thing? I've never seen anything like that before in my whole life.
A loud, eerie scream echoed through the woods, leaving him feeling uneasy, particularly since many Bigfoot sightings report similar sounds. Whether it was Bigfoot or something else entirely, the experience left a profound impact on the hunter. In a dark forest, a man notices mysterious glowing lights and decides to investigate.
Вижу какое-то свечение. Камера не передаст, но там кто-то сидит. Вот. Кто-то там находится. По этой стороне дороги идет человек. Проблема в том, что я не вижу, что у меня под ногами. Вот, кто-то она идет. Это, походу, какая-то женщина по телосложению. Твою мать, я был тупо 3 метра от нее. Она осталась еще.
As he approaches, he suspects the lights might be coming from a woman, possibly a witch, performing some kind of ritual. He then discovers what appears to be a voodoo setup. Just as he examines it, the witch reappears, forcing him to narrowly escape.
Она сюда идет, ёб твою мать!
Around 2 a.m., campers in the Kalahari Desert were awakened by the sounds of a lion.
Mm-hmm.
As the hours went by, the lion drew nearer, and by 6:15 a.m., it was right outside their tent. It growled loudly before falling silent, then began clawing and chewing at the tent while the campers remained inside, waiting for an opportunity to escape. Eventually, they managed to reach their car, where they recorded the lion marking their tent. Fortunately, they escaped unharmed. While hiking on the Appalachian Trail, this woman had a chilling experience.
Oh my God.
A loud scream reverberated through the trees, and the unsettling noise didn't sound like any animal she had ever come across. Paralyzed with fear, she wondered if it was an unknown creature, a person in trouble, or something even more mysterious. The Appalachian Trail is expansive and isolated, leaving the origin of the scream a mystery. While hiking in the remote San Juan forest in Mexico, a group of friends had a truly chilling experience.
Graba, Andrés, graba, güey.
Around 6 a.m., a blood-curdling scream pierced the dense trees, sounding unnaturally close and leaving the group frozen in fear as they tried to process what they had just heard. Familiar with the area, they knew no one else should have been there at such an early hour. The unnatural quality of the scream sent shivers down their spines, and feeling a strong sense of unease, the group abandoned their planned route and hurried back to safety, unsure of what or who might be lurking in the woods. This Russian YouTuber, Fik Fas, decided to treat a bear to a late-night fish snack through his cabin window. The eager and hungry bear attempted to grab everything at once.
Ни хрена себе, а вот так вот рука бы твоя попала под нее, под лапу. Опа, не хрена себе. Вот так он. Ну, ты же умная тварь.
А ты что, чевыча, что ли? Ничего себе, бля, я сам поел, блин.
А что он шугает?
At 24 seconds into the video, you can clearly see the bear's enormous paw with long, sharp claws. They wait for the bear to wander off before securely closing the window, knowing that it may return once more, still hungry. A man was walking home through a wooded area at 1 a.m. when he sensed that he was being followed.
So this frickin' thing, it's staring at me. It followed me home from the gifting rock. It's about 1 o'clock in the morning right now. I think I don't know what to do. But it followed me home and it is absolutely staring at me right now. Alright.
Initially, he thought it might be an animal with reflective eyes, but something about the situation felt unusual. Without more information, it's difficult to determine exactly what it might have been. This video was filmed by Hunter, who asserts he has discovered evidence of Bigfoot. Take a look.
Getting old trying to explain to you idiots that this is fucking real. That's a real Bigfoot. I also have a juvenile. Now, people keep saying, why does the eyeball look like it's made out of paper? Why does it look like it's flat? First of all, it was frozen for 65 years, you idiots. Look at this. You think that looks flat? You think that looks like paper? Is that what you fucking think? Look at the other eyeball. Okay, so that looks flat too to you. That looks flat. That looks like it's made out of fucking paper.
He claims that the creature has been frozen for 65 years. While some may doubt its authenticity, the details in the video suggest it could be real.